The water does look nice.
The ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of weapon is it?
One with unimaginable power.
The campaign that started it all. Nostalgia!
Find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
By the way, guys, this is a remake of a remake. Let's not forget, this is the second time Xbox has done this, because that Gears of War remake that they released this year, that's a remake of a remake. This is a remake of a remake. They've already remade Halo.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
With no multiplayer? Say it ain't so.
Somebody order a warthog.
And I ain't gonna hold you, after that Gears of War remake that they just released, the remake of Gears of War, I don't know if I have faith in Microsoft. Because that remake of Gears of War was ass, bro. Like, it was laggy, and like the movement was just, and the shooting was off. I didn't have an OG Xbox growing up, so I'm excited to try this. I feel that.
Real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
The servers are ass. I would get stuck in lobbies. It's so weird to me when they remake a remake, especially when it's not necessary. All right, let's see why GameStop titled their video "Not the Best First Impression." I don't know if you're still gonna be streaming at night. I really enjoy those. Nah, I'm not gonna. You might hear me in the background of somebody else's, but going to the gym. I'm going back to the gym at night. I like working out at night more. 720p. Put this on.
The Halo remake is real. It is called Halo Campaign Evolved. I got to play a small preview.
Campaign Evolved. It's in the title, nigga. They said that's fucking funny. I didn't even realize it was called Campaign Evolved. This shit ain't got no multiplayer, nigga. That's fucking funny, bro. I'm not buying this shit. Fuck this game, bro. Fuck this game. This is funny.
I don't know about this.
I don't know why that's funny to me, bro.
From my short little time with Halo Campaign Evolved. One, this is more than just a visual overhaul of Halo Combat Evolved. It also is bringing over a lot of the modern Halo mechanics.
It's dead on arrival.
Zoom on weapons. This
is a Game Pass game, boy.
It's trying to take OG Halo and bring it up to the gameplay.
Nah, I understand why it's funny. It's just like, what are you guys doing, man?
This game is a showcase for what Halo looks like on the Unreal Engine. And
translation, this is a beta test for the next Halo game, because the next Halo game is going to be on Unreal Engine 5. So I guarantee you they had a board meeting and they were like, hey, we're not that comfortable working with Unreal Engine 5. What if we do a beta test where we just throw together a remake of a remake for Halo 1 so we can get comfortable with using UE5, and then we can put all our skills into the next game.
And this is going to be, I think, pretty subjective for a lot of folks. But for myself, I am still not fully convinced if Unreal Engine is the correct fit for Halo aesthetically.
People hate this engine.
I'm still not really sure who this is for, like what purpose this thing is serving, other than just providing another opportunity to replay Halo 1, a game that is already very accessible and easy to play. A remake of Halo 1 should be exciting, right? I am a huge fan of Halo. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's a classic. And as easy as it can be to be cynical about remakes, I do think there are some remakes that have proven their value. Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake, I would consider not only excellent remakes, but two of the best games ever made. So I always try and come into a remake with an open mind. Unfortunately, the small slice I played of Halo Campaign Evolved didn't really impress me all that much. It was buggy visually, as well as had very poor frame rate, something that I expect to be cleaned up in a full version, but as a—
They showed a game journalist this day, he said it didn't fucking work half the time. What the fuck?
Impression.
And this is literally what I just said. I did not like the remake of the remake for Gears of War that came out in August. Because as a Gears of War fan, a hardcore Gears of War fan that played the fuck out of that shit in high school, I could tell off rip something was off about that shit, bro. The shooting was inaccurate. It was lagging out the woozah. How you, a second remake of a game that was made 20 years ago, you fucking made it worse, bro. And I literally said before this video, I was like, I don't know if I have faith in this because you guys already fucked up the remake of Gears of War. And he's saying they're doing it again right here. How the fuck are you guys fucking, the blueprint is 25 years old.
It wasn't very good, which you think they would know you kind of need to nail that first impression, wink wink, Halo Infinite. So I find it sort of bizarre that they chose to show us what is very clearly a work in progress slice like this. But even outside of that element,
Is Unreal 5 really that buggy?
That this
I think it's
needs to exist. I don't particularly
hardware
care for the way
intensive.
Halo has been translated into the Unreal Engine. I'm not fully convinced that the Unreal Engine is like the right fit for Halo, both aesthetically, but even like playing it, it's didn't quite have that rock solid Halo feel that you kind of just have to hold at a controller to fully understand what I mean by that.
343 incompetence strikes again.
But let's roll it back here and explain what the heck this thing even is. So Halo Campaign Evolved is a remake of Halo 1's campaign. So this is different from what Halo 1 Anniversary was, which was just, hey, it's new.
That was the original remake, Anniversary.
Original game. This is built from the ground up in Unreal Engine. So everything is completely remade, and that means that it has a very different feel from the original Halo. The controls feel a little bit more modern. It has a sprint, which I'm sure will be a little controversial for some purists out there. It also has things like zoom on the assault rifle. Basically, if you're familiar with the way Halo Infinite feels, this is trying to invoke that. Although it doesn't quite have the same level of mobility option, there's no mantle or anything like that. So first thing out of the gate, it was really hard to judge how this thing feels. Like when I think of Halo, I think of a game that feels good to play. The frame rate, unfortunately, for this demo was very poor, and that made it very difficult to judge just how the combat feels, how aiming feels. How do I give an opinion on that? Because it's clearly like, I don't think they want it to feel like that. This felt so like jittery that it's just like, I can't evaluate this. I can't really judge. And for context, this is running on the Xbox Series X, not a PC. So this is currently what it is like on an Xbox machine. So the demo itself was.
Do most gamers now even care about Halo? It was a staple of the OG Xbox and the console wars, but the series hasn't been seen in a top shooter. Yeah, I feel like Halo has not been a top shooter since Halo Reach. It's since Halo 4, it's just been a steady decline, aka 343 interest. I think one of the issues that they face too, and it's kind of like what you're saying, do gamers even, I don't want to say they don't care about it. I think Microsoft looks at Master Chief as if he was Mario. Hear me out. One of the reasons why Nintendo can sell crazy games and not innovate is because of the nostalgia. Mario has been around since the fucking 80s. It's been 40 years, bro. So he spans across several different generations of gamers, and it reminds them of their childhood. Master Chief came out in what, 01, 02? And you got to keep in mind the Xbox was targeted towards young adults and teenagers at the time who were much older. So they were already older when they were playing Halo 1. And now they're even older now. They're probably 40, 50. They might not be as nostalgic about Master Chief in comparison to the way the Minish Cap Mafia is about Nintendo and Mario. Like, I was very young when I played Mario. It was the first game I ever played. I was in diapers playing Duck Hunt Mario combo. So I have like a nostalgia about that. But like young adults who are like early 20s, late teens, I don't think they're going to be as nostalgic about Halo later in their life because at that point they were already a little bit more developed. So like I feel like they're looking at Master Chief as if he's Mario instead of just focusing on innovating and finding a new core audience for Halo. I don't know if it's there for them. Why is optimization frame rate so difficult to master a lot for developers? Apparently the Unreal Engine 5, you would have to ask that as ethos about the technical aspects of that, but apparently UE5 is just terrible for optimization.
Is the first half of the.
I've never played Halo. I'm 24.
It's the most iconic level of the original Halo, and also for you OG Halo PC fans out there, it was the demo level for the 2003 Gearbox port. So, you know, a cool little nod. Because this is a complete reimagining of this map, the thing I initially noticed was, obviously, it has a lot more detail in the environments. It's also a little smaller, a little more shrunk in on the outside levels compared to the kind of like wider maps of the OG version. I don't think this is necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's kind
I actually can see the difference. It's crazy.
Readjusting the scale of how these levels work based on kind of modern geometry. I just thought it was kind of...
I still play Final Fantasy games, and that's partly because of the nostalgia. Well, you could argue that proves my point, because Final Fantasy's been around much longer than Master Chief. Final Fantasy's been around almost as long as Mario. You got to keep in mind the original Final Fantasies came out on the Super Nintendo, I believe. And then like what took it to the next level was Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation. So Final Fantasy's been around long enough to where it could build up that nostalgia fan base. Like I don't think Halo's still relatively new.
Interesting that
in comparison,
one-to-one like exact recreation. They do seem to be kind of messing with.
And then also Master Chief never, because also to be fair, Master Chief never went anywhere. So it's like we never missed him too. I think that's the problem. They've abused Master Chief. They cheat. Shout out to Chef Master Flex with the sub. They treat Master Chief like he's Mario, and they pimp him out a lot. And he's neither one of those things that needs to be happening. Like they need to give him a fucking rest, bruh. Because like on the flip side too, you could also argue I'm nostalgic about Jak and Daxter. They came out in the PS2 era, around the same time as the original Halo. And I guess the reason is because we've had time to miss it. There's never been like a down good 5 years away from fucking Halo. This shit is always coming out, bro. And most of it has been ass. We're at a point in career where Halo has just as many ass games as the good old days of Halo, were Halo 1 to Halo Reach. So 1, 2, 3, Reach. Some people will throw in ODST. I didn't like that game, but you want to, that's fine. After Reach, ooh. So you got an entire generation that grew up with just terrible Halo games. And they're like, why the fuck you guys keep making this? Versus if you look at Mario, I'm going to be honest. Even Zelda. There's not a single Mario or Zelda game that I just flat out fucking hate. There are ones that I hate. There are ones that I like more than others. I love Super Mario Sunshine. But, you know, I wasn't a big fan of Super Mario 3D World, the one where you had to blow into the Wii U. That shit was to make the fucking panels move. But even still, it was a good game. I just could recognize it wasn't for me. There's been so much ass Halo. People are not nostalgic for it. So it's like, yeah, you know?
The scope and scale of certain environments to fit this kind of more modernized vision of how these maps will look. There's also a lot of other little changes that they've made throughout the levels, enemy placement.
So there's like, the argument, because I don't feel like I'm articulating myself well enough. The argument I'm trying to make is Mario's been around for 40 years, and I don't think he's dropped a flat out terrible game. There are even people that love Mario 2, which wasn't even a real Mario game. But I don't think he's dropped straight up dog shit. It's just certain Mario games you like more than others. Halo, half of its fucking discography, its library is ass, bruh. And you have an entire generation that grew up with it and they're not nostalgic for it. So it's like, bro, why the fuck do you guys keep making this shit, bruh? And then on the back end of it, the ones who did grow up with Halo when it was good, they're older. They might not be gamers anymore. You just don't know.
So added new enemies in spots throughout the map. There's also a couple of missing elements. For example,
what's the worst of Halos in your opinion?
Overcharges for the shield in the
fuck all the 343 industry games, nigga. 4, 5, Infinite. Am I forgetting something else? All the 343 industry games. Halo would be legendary if you just cut out that slice of history where 343. I've talked about this shit. It's World War Bethesda, World War Warner Bros, World War 343. I've been said this shit. If any of us perform the way that we performed our job, the way 343 Industries performs theirs, we would all be fired. But for some reason, Microsoft will not. I'm telling you right now, 343 Industries, this is conspiracy alert. 343 Industries must got something on fucking Bill Gates or Steve Ballmer or somebody at Microsoft, bro. Because I don't know why the fuck they do not get fired.
So it's jury.
Hi-Fi, Microsoft let go of the team who made Hi-Fi Rush, which was fiscally a success, and it was a review darling. They fired everybody, but they didn't fire 343. What the fuck does 343 Industries have on Microsoft?
Whether that is going to still be a mechanic.
Because I don't understand.
Or they just didn't implement it in this current build. Interestingly, the shield.
You say you mean Halo Studios? My bad, Halo. Yeah, that's why I'm at Halo Studios now, guys. AKA 343, just rebranded.
Still have your shield, and you have a health bar as well. The health bar is a recharging health bar. So there are more med kits in this version of Halo, which kind of, again, puts it more in line with modern Halo, but
No more med kits,
sure
they
that will be a
said.
somewhat controversial change for OG.
Yeah, it's coming to
For
PS5.
me, it didn't really fundamentally change the way the game felt too much, but admittedly, I would have been fine with those health packs staying in as they were in the original. Warhogs in the game, this was actually the one element I felt that felt exactly like OG Halo in terms of the handling. And
343 got pictures of Phil Spencer in the red light district. Yeah, chill.
like in later Halo, so no more using like invincible vehicles to do insane trick shots.
I'm playing Mario 3 for the
Also,
first time. I get the hype. Mario 3 is a classic. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Gets out of the gunner, he does this cool little spin now, which is just very silly. I don't know why they added that.
That's when you know when you're trying really hard to find something you like about a game. This nigga has not said one positive thing about this remake. We are 7 minutes and 26 seconds into the video. He said, yeah, when he hops out the Warthog, he does a 360 no-scope.
Master Chief gets out of the gunner, he does this cool little spin now, which
Whoa, $70.
They're all the same that they were in the original level. So you got your Magnum, your assault rifle, I got to mess with the Needler, the plasma pistol, and the plasma rifle. They all feel pretty much, I would say, comparable to how they do feel in the original Halo. The Magnum is still very much a powerhouse of a weapon. They've changed the enemy health a little bit to make them a little bit more tanky.
MLG, T squared back.
The way like the enemies feel in modern Halo. With the one exception of the Hunters are weirdly difficult in this version. If you play OG Halo 1, the Hunters feel like tanks, but you can actually like one-shot them with the pistol by shooting them in the back. You can't do that in this version, and myself and several of our coworkers all found the Hunters to be like just way too much health, way too tanky. I had to like go through all my ammo to take them out at one point, so that felt like off. So there's like a weird imbalance there that I think
He's missing that Halo charm, he said.
Otherwise, the enemies, like they feel like Halo enemies. The grunts explode in this one in the way they do in more modern Halos that they didn't in the original. The elites are flanking and rolling the way you'd expect them. So that all felt correct. But again, it was hard to fully judge the smoothness of the combat due to the low frame rate. I imagine the biggest selling point out of the box for this remake here would be the change in visuals. As I said up front, the game runs now on Unreal Engine 5. Microsoft made a big deal that all future Halo games will run on the Unreal Engine. There's obviously a lot of good behind-the-scenes development reasons for that. It's easier to work with. You can hire more people on. You can port it to other platforms, like, say, the PlayStation 5.
Here's another reason, too, why I feel like some of these older games are struggling with newer audiences. A game like Halo, you got to keep in mind, this shit came out 01. So what, 24 years ago? Almost 25? Fucking, you have an entire generation of gamers who were new to the gaming industry that work for Halo Studios that grew up and probably didn't even play Halo. So they don't even have like a passion for it. They probably don't know what makes it great. Because, you know, a lot of the older people that are heads of these older studios, they're leaving. So then when you have teams of people like the Rare at Microsoft is not the Rare that I grew up with, not no Banjo-Kazooie type shit. Yeah, the day ones are gone. The day ones are gone. So it's like you got people who are not even passionate necessarily. They're just looking to get into the industry. I know how to use Unreal. Hire me.
Man, based on the way this thing ran, I don't think that would run on the Switch. So I understand all that. What ultimately matters for myself, though, is just playing the game. Does the Unreal Engine do justice to Halo? The way it looks and the way it feels. Based on what I have experienced with this, I am not
Similar to
convinced.
COD devs.
This is
Yeah, the creator devs left
game
a
that I
week or
think
two ago.
looks technically very good. You can look at the little details. You can see the way the water washes in on the sand. You can see the little footprints. You can zoom in on the grass. There's probably a lot of really cool little details that make this thing look modern and nice. But when I zoom out and look at it holistically, the vibe this game gives me is I opened up an AI prompt generator and I typed in Halo Unreal Engine 5 realistic go, and that's what it gave me. I see it and I'm like, yep, that's Halo. That's Halo in Unreal Engine 5. I know that other people are maybe not gonna feel that way. They're gonna think it looks great. That's a very subjective opinion, but that is just like how I feel when I look at it, and it does not inspire me or excite me.
Kind of sad to see Xbox sell out. Well, who did they sell out to? Ain't nobody buying this shit, nigga. I think what you meant to say is become lazy. I'm not buying this. Oh shit.
Another criticism I have of the Unreal Engine-ness of this version of Halo is that it just has a lot of those weird little modern quirks that a lot of games
Respect
have
for his
now.
honesty,
I just think
real
they're kind of
shit.
ugly. You get that grainy noise in a lot of the shadows and lighting. You can see it really prominent here on the plasma rifle. It's this thing that just like some Unreal Engine games, some modern games have that just, I think.
I didn't play Halo when I'm alive, and I don't regret not playing it. I get you trying to be different. I will say Halo's not in a great state, but Halo 2, 3, and Reach, they were peak multiplayer. You missed some big team battle. You missed some great days, man. Like I'm gonna shit on the current state, but like I'm not gonna. Halo Reach had one of my favorite endings in any single player video game. That story was fucking great. I love armor locking. I don't care if you didn't. Fuck you. I'd do it to this day. If they remade Halo Reach's multiplayer, oh, I'm on that shit, bro. And it's true to it. Oh, I'm on that.
Makes the image.
But like, I'm not Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach were fucking peak. Nah, we're not gonna disrespect Halo.
Ugly, and it lacked
like that sand map with the big ass tank in the middle, fucking moving around while people are fighting on the platform. That shit was great. I found your channel from playing Halo Reach multiplayer. I used to love that game.
Clean clarity that I really associate with Halo.
Running around bonking niggas in the head with the hammer. You missed some peak multiplayer, to be fair.
Find a security override to get this door open.
I want to be very clear that my opinions here are all based on what is a very small slice of the game, which, you know, is still being worked on and still has a lot more development on it. There's a lot of things that we have.
Is it not Splitgate 2
in the
better?
reveal video that Halo Studios put out, they talked about how they're making lots of changes to the Flood, which
the fact that Splitgate even gets any type of clout is because we're all, I won't say we're all, but a lot of people were looking for that itch that Halo scratched.
Really exciting. They mentioned that they are
still looking for it.
3 new prologue campaigns, which could be the thing that makes this product worth its existence. The idea of something completely brand new has me excited. They mentioned new AI that they're working on for it. Also has me very excited. So everything I've been saying is just based on this small snippet of the game. And I reserve final judgment for when the game does come out. And, you know,
it's not looking good, though. It's not looking good. Thank God it's coming to Game Pass. You don't got to pay for this shit. Halo's overrated. I say that. I feel like people who only say that is because they didn't play during the peak. You missed it. You ain't never been in a Halo match where a tank fucking hits the turbo and tries to run you over, and then you armor lock and you flip the tank over and kill all the fucking teammates around you because that bitch blow up, bruh. And the next thing you know, you're getting a message on fucking Xbox. You fucking armor locking pussy. That's me. I remember the first time I did that shit in fucking big team battle. I was addicted to armor locking. I said, I'm about to ruin a nigga day. They said Haze is better than Haze. He's on that PS3 game? Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. Let's look at the rest of these trailers. Getting smacked by a Banshee out of nowhere, right? Fight. Getting a headshot with a sniper rifle. That shit was great. What the hell is this? Yeah, this is no for me, dog. Doom clone? Halo revolutionized console FPS. I agree. Old heads will say it was GoldenEye, but I think the most revolutionary console FPS was Halo. GoldenEye made first-person shooters popular on console. Like, I played GoldenEye when I was a kid, but if you go back and play GoldenEye with the N64 controller, that shit was ass. I think the most influential and most important shooter was Halo to console. GoldenEye is more nostalgia, in my opinion. Too many effects on the screen. It is, and the frame rate dropping. Have you ever spoke your thoughts on Mouse PI for Hire? It looks cool.
This should be enough money for.
Shout out to Dex Lab with the sub. Appreciate it. Are you talking about the mouse game with the old Disney art style? The art style is cool, but like the gameplay doesn't like do anything for me. It looks like a generic first-person shooter. So I feel like once you get past the gimmick of the art style, for me, like I get bored of it. Facts the couch shooter, but Halo is the actual multiplayer. Tight shit. It looks okay though. That was whatever. We already watched the. I'm debating if I want to try. When does the full game come out for this, Arc Raiders? I keep seeing good things about it. I'm just not into looter shooter. Like, for people who played the beta for Arc Raiders, for somebody who's not into like these survival shooter games, is this the one that would suck me in? Kind of like how a lot of people who don't like RPGs, they loved Expedition 33. Would this be the one? I loved it, but probably not. It's $40. I thought it was free to play. I'll wait for a review. I thought this shit was free to play. I'm on a budget. It does look good though. It looks good though. Is there a way I could directly support you? I know Twitch takes a cut. If you're asking me if I have like a Patreon or something, nah. I mean, you could donate if you want, but I mean, you could sub. I'm not tripping. I appreciate any support. I wouldn't trip off of it. Don't overthink it. I feel like every time I see a trailer of this, it shows the highlights, all the cool battles with the robots and shit like that. Yeah, my Cash App on the screen. But it's like, what's the average gameplay like, you know? The downtime and just running around. Onirism. It's already looking kind of ashy.
Where did I end up? Whoa, this place is too weird. There's giant
You know what school made this game, right? This right here. Full Sail sophomore project, sophomore thesis.
trees and a candy forest and shiny crystals and so many big cities. But I don't have time to do some sightseeing. I have to go save Bun Bun. You dummies are not going to get in my way.
What am I looking at, bro?
And when I find the thief, I'm going to...
There's proximity chat in Arc Raiders. You might like it. See, any game with proximity chat where I control, that might be my cup of tea. Magnum cum laude at DeVry University. I'm good off that.
Rated E
Dora,
for everyone.
Rainforest Rescue. Let's go.
Join Dora and Boots and their amigos, Tico, Issa, Benny, Big Red Chicken, and Ale, as your kids help restore the vibrant Alabihe tree in rainforest.
Shout out to Alex with the sub. Appreciate it.
And swing through 5
Yeah, game of the year, chat.
magic leaves and pods. Your kids can unlock new places and objects, solve riddles, use clues from friends, and use map to guide the way. Que aventura! Swipe or no swiping! Kids can play solo or
Don't steal my shit, bitch.
co-op mode. Vamonos!
That's crazy. Dora Rainforest Rescue got split screen co-op before Halo. This is crazy.
Or team up in local co-op mode. Vamonos! Let's
Don't ever let these game devs tell you, oh, we can't do it. We don't have to. They got this shit in Dora, nigga.
or team up in local co-op mode.
Oh, shit. This shit really for the amigos. Hey, you know the crazy thing about this game is, it looks okay for a kid's game. It looks okay. 15, 20 years from now, there's going to be somebody, maybe even like a content creator sitting on their stream, YouTube, whatever's the hot thing by then, right? Whatever's the hot thing at the time. They're going to be making content and they're going to be talking to their chat. They'll be like, chat, for real? Like, I know y'all fucking with Halo 95 and fucking Call of Duty 42, but y'all want to talk about real classics? One of my favorite games as a kid, like 15 years ago, Dora the Rainforest Rescue. I don't want to hear nothing if you ain't never played that shit. Chat, come on, look it up. Look it up. Yeah, muy bien. It's gonna be somebody's favorite game, bro. The same way I talk about Math Blasters on the PC for the fucking 90s and type shit. Mad muy bien, nigga. Bluey's Quest for the Gold. Hey, the last Bluey's was fire, bro. The last Bluey's was fire. This shit mad muy bien, nigga. You gotta play this one because I beat the last one, that's why. A new Bluey adventure. Oh, it's a mobile game. Ugh. They ain't got no fucking gameplay, bro. Hey, listen, guys. Bluey, y'all really milking Bluey, and Bluey's lit. Don't get me wrong, I fuck with Bluey. But the last game was like $50, and that shit was only an hour long. I know it's a kid's game, but can we at least get like 6 to 8 hours? What the fuck, game devs? Y'all fucking the kids over, man. Another PS4 game. It's Bluey. I'm gonna let it slide, bro. That's all I got.